I walked in because the door wasn't locked. And I walked in and then I saw 3 people engaging in sexual intercourse. And when I looked a bit closer, I realized that the guy was my friend's boyfriend.
What? Oh my god.
And they were dating for quite a while already.
Things didn't work out, or that guy has like a girl best friend. Maybe when like straight away they break up, less than a week later the guy will get with the girl best friend. Like they move on very fast. And some of them were even like in class, they were like swipe. Like, they were like swipe, like, it's like an entertainment form, that kind of thing. They were like, hey, this girl chill or not? Hey, this guy handsome or not? That kind of thing.
Oh my god. Then do you feel like fewer people are like dating to marry now? Like it's more just like, oh, for fun.
Yeah.
I think so.
The guy can tell like multiple girls, maybe they forward the same talent bubbles. Or be like, good morning, pretty babe. How are you, babe? Oh, it's okay.
Even this trend about older lady dating younger guy is actually getting more and more trendy.
Legit.
Really?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And because we can see.
Today, we are going deep on heartbreak, ghosting, and situationships that last longer than some diplomas. If you're wondering what Gen Z is doing behind lecture halls and inside Telegram DMs, this one's for you.
Today we have 2 guests. Please introduce yourself. How old are you and what are you currently doing?
Hi, my name is Leia. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Republic Polytechnic studying biotechnology.
Hi everyone, I'm Keira and I'm 19 years old and I'm studying mass communications in Republic Poly.
Okay, so what's the most toxic thing you've seen on campus dating life?
I think so far the most toxic thing would still be cheating on people that you're in a relationship with. So one story was, at a chalet party. So one time I was at a chalet party and then I got a bit tipsy. Then I was looking for the restroom and then I was walking around and then I found a room and I thought it was a restroom. So I walked in because the door wasn't locked. And I walked in and then I saw 3 people engaging in sexual intercourse. And when I looked a bit closer, I realized that the guy was my friend's boyfriend.
Oh my god.
And they were dating for quite a while already. So yeah.
Is that people tend to switch partners really quickly. So let's say semester 1, this guy is dating this girl from his class. But then maybe things didn't work out, or that guy has like a girl best friend. Maybe when like straight away they break up, less than a week later the guy will get with the girl best friend. Like they move on very fast and maybe they use the girl as a rebound also. But like I don't think it's good because everything is in the same school. Everybody knows each other. People will definitely like talk among themselves,
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. So like back to the chalet. So like how do you like react when you saw that? Like
I was quite shocked because I thought my friend and her boyfriend, I thought they were, going really well and the guy seemed really nice, like every time take her on dates and stuff like that. Suddenly, we were at a chalet party and then I saw him, cheating on his girlfriend. So yeah, I was really shocked and I feel like you can't really trust a lot of people nowadays. No matter how they act towards you. I don't think the people in the room noticed me, so I quietly closed the door. And then after I went to the washroom, I called my friend then I told her about everything. And then they broke up. She was very sad.
It's great that you told her. Okay, and then back to you, like, I mean, I also agree. I feel like because everyone on campus knows each other, then like word gets around really fast, right? And then there might be like some people, like even friends, I feel, that will like backstab you. Like maybe they're like jealous, and then but then they'll be like, oh my god, I wonder who like spread that rumor, like and then in the end it's like actually them, right? Like it's honestly super crazy. Okay, how many people do you feel on campus are on dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge? I think those are like the main apps that people are using now, right?
Okay, personally, I have never been on a dating app because I don't see the point of it because I want to meet someone organically, But I know a lot of my friends who tend to like hop on dating apps. And some of them were even like in class, they were like swipe. Like, they were like swipe. Like, it's like an entertainment form, that kind of thing. They were like, hey, this girl chill or not? Hey, this guy handsome or not? That kind of thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I know a lot of my friends who like do that. I don't think some of them, they just want to like, find someone like a companion kind of thing. Not so long term lah. But some of them are actually willing to like, find someone there to like actually, be the love of their life. So I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just that I wouldn't go on it. But like, I know that like, I think I'll say about 50%, no, that's really too much. 30% of people who like go on like dating apps. To just experiment and all lah.
Recently, I did a class in NUS, year 1 students, and I asked them, how many of y'all use dating apps before? So I asked them to raise up their hands lah. And only one student put up their hand, one guy. I'm like, are you all sure or not? Are you honest or not? I would think that the probability is maybe closer to like 20-30%. I think that's about right. Because we run a dating app, we have a dating app as well. So about 30% of our TA is between 18 to 24 on our dating app.
It's because you mentioned like it's a guy friend just now, right? Do you feel like girls also get overwhelmed with DMs?
Social media platforms, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like story replies, or like just like sliding
liking
your
your story
DMs.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it always starts with liking stories, and then there'll be a reply to the story, like that kind of thing.
Kinda
Like
cute,
slowly,
this kind of
slowly.
thing.
That's true.
Some of them can be pretty direct. Some of them they will just try to say, hey, where's this restaurant at?
Right.
Where is it? Then you tell them the place, then they start asking more about you. Like you know the intention behind it.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Like the guys always think like, oh, there's no way they can tell, right? But it's like super
Yeah,
obvious.
it's so obvious. Yeah.
It's true. What about like on dating apps? Like, do you guys feel that girls get quite a few DMs, like they're overwhelmed with them?
So generally on dating apps, there are more guys than girls. It's generally like that. So the girls are the ones that get most messages, more messages than the guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised that girls usually has a lot of DMs. Yeah, because they get the algorithm also try to optimize for matches also.
Do you think guys should do all the chasing?
Okay, this is a very good question. Okay, so I'm a girl that like doesn't make first moves. So let's say I find a guy conventionally attractive, right? I just don't do anything. But usually I'll wait for like the guy to like make a move lah. But I think I think the guy should like make the first move first, because some girls are more like shy and reserved. But after the guy make the first move and like you see there's a connection, a chemistry there, the girl has to like reciprocate. Like also show that she has a certain level of interest. If not, the guy will also like, maybe she's not interested in me, I should just give up. Yeah, I think there should be like an equal level.
Do you guys have like a really big like dating scandal that you guys know about in your school?
Dating scandal.
Do you know any?
No need to drop names, like you just need a tea.
Oh, I know there was this situation, right, where there was this guy, right, he got a girlfriend, okay, like for very long already, the girlfriend. But then I think they didn't go through like a very good patch, that they got like a rough patch. This is like my friend's friend. Yeah, they had like a rough patch, that kind of thing. But they are still together, by the way. And the guy actively went on like dating apps, went to find like hot chicks around the school, that kind of thing. And then I remember my friend told me he got involved with someone in the school. Like they went to like go out together, that kind of thing. They go to like parties together, that kind of thing. And later on, because of like mutual settings and all, right, they'll be like, isn't this guy in a relationship? My friend is that guy's girlfriend. From then on, because of like social media and like I said, the toxic dating thing, right, mutuals and all, right, the other party found out lah, and that's when it ended. That's why I don't think it's like it's right to. I don't think it's morally right to do these kind of things, especially if you guys haven't like say we broken off, we are done.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is like cheating is a
Cheating,
really
cheating is actually very common nowadays.
Wow, that's really bad. Like, do you feel like it's more common now as compared to like maybe the dating scene
definitely.
like, a few years ago?
I think because with the use of social media, it's so easy to talk to multiple people at one time.
That's why.
Because if you compare to last time, people, they meet one person, they will just like, they usually stick to one person, right? Because it's not very easy to talk to other people. Because what if you get caught in real life? Because that's the only way you can talk to someone in real life. But not on your phone. Like everything's private. So you can have like multiple girls in your DMs. And I feel like it's much more easier to cheat nowadays.
That's why.
Then do you feel like fewer people are like dating to marry now? Like it's more just like, for fun.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think if like, especially from dating apps, usually those is just like, okay, some got ready date to marry. Like my friend who is very happily with like her boyfriend now, met all the parents already. That's a good thing. But I know that if it's like dating apps and all, right, usually most it's not date to marry lah. From like my friends' experience and all.
Right.
If date to marry, right, I feel that the best way is friends to lovers.
Organically.
I like the idea of like a friends to lovers,
Yeah,
where you know the
yeah,
guy
yeah,
as a friend first, you know the flaws, the strengths, everything about him, and then you proceed to like, hey, do you want to be more than friends?
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, I think that's like
agree.
my favorite,
Right.
my favorite trope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like talking to this guy, like I was like okay with him lah. Like he was a nice guy, like very like genuine, very nice guy. But I think I got like really busy with life. Okay, so like I just like never reply him that much and all, right? And then later on I see, he got with another girl already.
Oh, but do you guys like break off? Like, do you guys like?
we weren't in a relationship. It was just like mostly like, you know, like I guess talking, like, a bit
building
more
it
than talking stage lah, but not in a relationship yet. But like, you know, sometimes life can get busy, and like after a while you see, he got like, he got like a girlfriend already or like something like that. Then you'll be like, oh, so all this while I'm not like the only girl he was talking to lah. So like, yeah, this kind of thing is like kind of like, you know, sad. Yeah.
I think some people, they just crave attention and validation rather than like true love from like one person only.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also like heard of like guys that like I know of a few, like I've heard stories that like, you know, they have like multiple girls like on their roster and like they'll like talk,
Oh
but
my
then
God.
like on the other end, like the girls like they feel like, oh my gosh, this guy is like, he's so like devoted to me, like maybe this could be something, but then in the end like then they hear from other people like, you're like talking to him, but I thought he was talking to this other girl.
Oh my God, I hear that so
and then I
many
hear like more and
times.
more stories, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Agree. Yeah. I feel like
and
talk
it-
is cheap.
sorry, yeah.
Talk is cheap. I feel like
Talk is cheap.
the action speaks louder than the words. The guy can tell like multiple girls, maybe they forward the same talent bubbles. Or be like, good morning, pretty babe. How are you, babe? Oh, it's okay. Like, we can always like go here. I can take you out for this movie date, that kind of thing. But he could have probably said that to like the different girls. Then every week go out with like a different girl, watch a different movie. So I feel like the talk is cheap. Action speaks louder.
I think texting is even cheaper. It's
Correct.
so easy. You just copy
Meeting
paste
up in
and
real
send
life
to
is the best. Meeting up.
Yeah.
Organic love, man.
Is it always the guys that's the culprit here?
No
There's
I
girls
also
also.
cheat on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
I
girls
feel
that will
like-
cheat on the guy also.
So like I actually used to have this friend. She told me that at her house she has like a whole ass like set, like a toothbrush, toothpaste, like a set from the previous guy, and then it's not the boyfriend's one. So it's like when I heard the story, I was like, why don't you just throw it away? Like if your boyfriend goes to your house and sees that, it's gonna be a like argument and everything. And then she was just like, because he's my friend and like we don't have anything together anymore. So like I haven't thrown it away. But I think that's like micro cheating because the boyfriend doesn't know about it.
Yeah, and it's like I don't keep toothbrushes for all my friends at my house.
Exactly. So it's like so they don't really, maybe they see like some guys, they see like, getting multiple girls is like a trophy. Like, I can pull, I'm like very risk.
My body
flex.
count is like 20.
They're like telling it as like a flex to like their guy friends. Like
That's
why.
why.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm talking to this chick. Look at her.
Then like all the
This
guys
kind
will
of
be like,
thing.
like supportive, that kind of thing. But actually, there are some guys like the friends that will actually like disagree with their actions also. Like they'll be like, actually, what you're doing is not right. I really respect those kind of guys.
Yeah.
Like
You
don't
tell your friend
sugarcoat.
off. Yeah.
Correct.
Why do you feel like it's so hard for people to, define what an actual relationship is like nowadays? Like, do you feel like it's because they are scared of being rejected, or like is it just convenient for them?
I think it's also boredom, because a lot of teenagers, they're quite bored and then they like to hang out with the opposite gender or same gender also, just for like funsies. They don't really. I really hear people say like they're looking for like serious relationships kind of thing, and it's also so accessible with like the use of social media and stuff.
I feel like it's, I don't know, maybe they're just like, like what you said, it's because they're just bored, but then they also don't want the commitment, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's why they talk to multiple people.
Yeah, I think it's like a really big issue, honestly. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people also like end up wasting their time. Like the other party feels they end up wasting a lot of time on them and like effort. You know, because you like spend so much time like talking to them every day, but then in the end like nothing happens because you're like, oh, I wasn't like looking for a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's important that they like talk about it and establish it first, like what they are looking for. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think it's also like trauma and like past experience.
Yes, correct.
Because like there's no way that, okay, say example, 16-year-old girl like wanting to get into a relationship, like, you know, purely just liking a guy, and then, you know, maybe they have something and then the guy does something wrong and then they break out and then she's very heartbroken. Then it's like so-called like the player phase. I feel like a lot of girls go into that phase because like they used to like this guy, but then like they got played, and then that's where like all these, you know, like what ifs comes out, and then they'll be like, oh, friends with benefit, because they don't want to commit.
Even for older crowd also, I think this fear of committing is always there. Yeah, like I think what you say, I think sometimes it's just fear or bad experience in the past.
Bad experience.
But I think this is also a reason why a lot of people remain single all the way until like 30 plus, 40 plus or so. That fear to step out and say that, this is what I want. And you are the right one for me, and vocalize that. Not many people can do that, take that step. So commitment.
Then do you guys feel like it's, I don't know, like normal or like at least normalized for, you know, someone to have 2 to 3 people that they're talking to at one time, like on campus?
It's very
very normal.
common.
Very normal.
And then they'll say like, you know, it's a way to explore their options. Let's say girl A never work out, it's okay, like go girl B. Right? Girl B never work out, it's okay, go girl C.
Yeah, sorry.
I think like what I said earlier, I think if just talking, get to know the person for a while first, like solely texting, not going out is okay to a certain extent. But if you guys are going out a lot on multiple dates already, you guys establish like a connection, like something special you have with that person, I think this talking to multiple people should not, you know, be morally right.
Yeah.
Because like it might hurt like the other party's feelings also, you know. Yeah.
Then, I don't know, does everyone feel like it's kind of embarrassing when you like admit to someone that you've like caught feelings for them?
I think no. I think especially if you guys both mutually, like you can, if you feel like, if you have to question it, I don't think the chemistry is there. You know what I mean? But both of you will be able to feel it if you guys are compatible, if you have chemistry. Yeah.
Usually if like don't goes, right, another option, right, is to start giving dry responses. Then maybe the other like party will get like a hint. Then from there, you know, the texting will somehow stop. So it doesn't end on a very bad note.
Like you soften the bond.
Yeah. So can guys and girls really just be friends in campus life?
Can. It happens, like platonic friendship, platonic relationships. Yeah.
I mean, I have like a lot of like guy friends that are like just platonic. Like we just click very well, and they are like, you know, like my homies and all. But I mean, I did have experiences of like guys who wanted to be more than just friends.
But
Like,
they ruin the friendship.
Like guy girl best friend kind of thing. Like I think it's okay to a certain extent, but like if like you're showing hints that you don't like the guy, hopefully like the guy will like get it. But sometimes the guy, if like you don't have a boyfriend, they will still like, you know, try to like drop hints and try to like pursue you no matter what. That kind of thing lah. Which that's why I think that it's okay like to have like a lot of guy friends, that kind of thing. But like it depends on the situation also, because sometimes the guy will like want something more, but then the girl doesn't want it.
I think like for me, like I also have a few guy friends, but I've also had experiences where like when you're like hanging out, then you like they do something, you're like, what are you doing? Like, no, this is like that's not it. Then I don't know, it gets really awkward really fast. You know what I mean? Then you start being like really like cautious around them, and then it like ruins the vibe lah. And I feel bad for like the guy, but then at the same time it's like
why do you do that?
No, like why do you do that, bro?
Yeah, why
Like
do that?
we're just friends.
That's so
you know?
gosh,
Yeah. Then you have to like find a way to like tell them.
Yeah, for real.
But it's also like really embarrassing to tell them, you know. Like what if the whole time that wasn't their intention? Then you just like read too much into it.
Yeah, like
you know
no,
what I
like
mean?
I wasn't trying to do anything.
Yeah.
Or something. I think it's important to set like personal boundaries also. Because
that's right.
it's very common for like opposite genders to be friends. But like especially for girls, I think it's important to have boundaries. Like if they invite you to their house or something, then you have to say no because you guys are just friends. But it also depends or when they like sit a bit like too close to you, then you can like shift away, like visibly shift away, like sorry, you need more space, this kind of thing. So to not make it like awkward.
So let's shift gears for a bit. So, while many of us are over here like on dating apps like swiping or like ghosting people, there are actually like people who, are more intentional or like serious with what they're looking for and like they want to, settle down. So we can ask Alex some questions.
Sure.
So Alex, like as the CEO of GaiGai, like from what you've seen like on that app, are young Singaporeans still interested in serious relationships, or do you feel like hookup culture has like overtaken it already?
Right. So GaiGai is an offline dating business, right? So we have started about 10 years ago. So what offline dating really does is that people come to us and say that, hey, I am this is who I am and this is what I'm looking out for. They'll tell us. And then they say, okay, GaiGai, please help me go and find somebody for me. Yeah, that's generally how we work. Yeah, and that's our personalized dating business. We also do some events business also. So back to the question I'm not sure whether you guys follow polls, but there's a poll in 2021. They polled young people 21 to 35 or 34, whether they still want to settle down, want to get married in the future. This trend actually has been dropping. Yeah, people are not so much looking into a marriage in the long term. Yeah, but still, it's still a big majority. 80% states that they still want to settle down, but it's down from like 83 5 years before. Yeah, so do you think young Singaporeans still want to settle down? I think the answer is still mostly yes. But I think they are also very concerned about what marriage really means and why do I need to get married? They start asking these kind of questions. And mostly it's also whether do they want kids in the future also. If they don't need kids, then why marry, right? Of course, there are certain benefits that the government is setting for marriage. HDB, tax, things like that. But I still feel that a stable relationship or stable companionship comes from something strong like a marriage.
Also, just to like sidetrack a little, like just curious, how long ago like did you join this like dating app industry and like why?
So I started about 10 years ago. It started off with a dating app called Pak Tor. I'm not sure whether y'all hear about it before, but it's still around. So and then we wanted to do an offline business for Pak Tor because there's a lot of online dating users, right? And some of them are really very serious. They keep swiping right. Every profile, you can see that they keep going for right. They are very keen, and then the time to swipe right is very short. You can also know how long they hold on a card, right? So
time duration.
We know that they're swiping fast. If you want to settle down, and then they're also willing to pay. On a dating app, you can buy premium, right? So they go premium.
What's the benefits of premium?
You unlock more features, more filters. You can see who liked you, for example. So, got people want to pay more, no? So, good business. So we started an offline business back then, and we were thinking, hey, since they're so keen to settle down or look for a life partner, then what can we do? So that's where we started organizing events. Say, let's do, like just now I just came for another dating event, like 30 plus people were there. So they're just people trying to meet new people lah. Since in their busy life, they couldn't meet new people.
Then how early do people start using the matchmaking services? Like, have you seen any like poly, like JC students, or maybe not JC, like uni students in the picture yet?
So classes, they like to sign up for our classes. Whether it's one-to-one or sometimes we have workshops for young singles, right, who wants to find out more. So we conduct these kind of workshops for them, maybe starting from about 18. Like just now I also mentioned a couple of days ago, there's one 18-year-old guy that just came on board. They're always looking for the perfect one. They're always talking about this perfect. Maybe it's through social media, maybe K-pop. They this guy or this girl so chill, so handsome, right? And they imagine this to be the right person, and they always also don't look at themselves. Fair enough, right? I think it's a two-way thing, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't have to look at themselves and say that, oh, I'm actually at this level. I'm actually looking for somebody that's actually this
right.
level.
Like out of their league.
Yeah. And is it realistic, number one?
True.
If it's near, maybe it's something that you can level up to be a better. Whether is it through education, I mean like better job, better and that matters. For ladies, I think financially stable guy matters. A better presentation, outlook, first impression, confidence. I think this levels you up. But otherwise, how are you deserving of someone that is like, woo, in the sky? Because that will also be looking someone even higher, right?
That's
Right?
true.
She should like,
a bit.
she'll be looking for some superstar also. Yeah, so I think that's the real world lah. So they are sometimes looking for the perfect person, and spend so much time and effort rejecting people, trying to work out, and then start to find another path like cheating, or even like while they're having one, they're looking around. Right, that's that not yet willing to commit or settle mindset. Yeah. So I feel that it's something that they need to look at themselves and then set realistic expectation as to what the life partner is going to be.
Agreed.
Fair, right?
I feel like you mentioned that like they need to like look at themselves. So in your experience, what do you feel sets apart those who are like ready for love and those who you feel are just like not emotionally or like mentally ready for it?
If they pay money at GaiGai, then they're serious. No, I'm kidding. I think for those who are settled, they will be more forward-looking. Right. I think a lot of people, when you talk to them, even when they come down to talk to us, they're saying, oh, but last time there's my last time my ex was Yeah, they're always at the past.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not over it.
Yeah, and I feel that those who are ready are talking about what I hope the person to be. I want to provide I want to do with this person. Yeah, it's a bit more forward.
You know, during your time at GaiGai, have you made any like observations? Like, have there been big age gaps or like interesting preferences that you've seen people put, like maybe like a 50-year-old guy looking for like a 20-year-old girl or something?
Have. Funny requests. I think they are really we have done this for 10 years. There are funny, interesting requests lah. I think even this trend about older lady dating younger guy is actually getting more and more trendy.
Legit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, because we can see their preferences. They will indicate their preferences in our systems, right? We can see that, you are of this age, and then what's your acceptable range. In the past, let's say this is your age, I'm accepting this range, but now they're starting to go lower. Right? They can accept like female looking for younger guys, for example. Yeah. So we have like 50 plus ladies looking for like 30s.
Oh my goodness.
20 years.
Again, I think when they're 50 plus, marriage may not be the main thing that they're going
that's
for.
true.
Yeah.
They just want somebody to travel with them. They also earn enough money. They
Companionship.
they want companionship.
Oh, that's true.
We also have like 50 plus, 60-year-old guys looking for 20 plus
That's common.
girls.
Common.
And I think something that they always will bring up is that they want children. Why they want like older ladies is because older ladies will be able to do that. So they will look for younger matches. And then very interesting ones are also like requests like, I only want certain horoscopes. Yeah, I only want certain
get that.
Zodiac.
I don't get a horoscope thing.
Yeah, I only want certain horoscope. Some 八字 thing must be like that. So they will ask for that. There are some guys who only want to date virgins. Yeah,
Fair enough.
and then we also say sorry, we can't do that because we don't know. So yeah.
I like how it's very personalized, which is something, an aspect that like, difference out from like other dating apps that you guys mentioned.
We have a dating passport also. So someone can buy, can get some service from us, like a dating service from us. And because we have different countries also around the region, like in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, they can go overseas and utilize and say that I want to date maybe next month in Hong Kong. So based on his profile, we can try to find somebody on the other database overseas and try to set up that date when he's there lah. Yeah.
Oh, so cute. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, so we have that kind of like global or regional coverage lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This like dating passport thing is like the first time I'm hearing
Yeah.
about it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Would you all date someone from overseas?
I think it depends.
I would. I would.
Yeah, I would.
Then how do you guys feel like money and like future potential or grades affect like attraction?
Okay, I know for some girls, like they always say, you gotta find a rich guy, man. You can find a guy that can like provide you with everything now. But for me, I don't really agree with that mindset because I don't care if the guy is rich or not. Like it's just about having a good time at this like day and age. Because you see, usually if you have a boyfriend now, the guy is probably like still like in poly or like JC or like interning. Everybody is still schooling and not having much money and all. So whenever they say the guy should pay for everything, right? Like sometimes I feel split is okay. I don't mind splitting. It's really nothing wrong. Like, you know, because we are still like working and all. So yeah, just try to be understandable lah. No need to find like a super rich income guy.
Of course, I would prefer someone with higher income. So because the purpose is to think about my future family, you know, like whether they can financially support our children and the family. It's not because some people, they say that with a mindset of like, oh, I want to marry a rich man so I can slack. And I can just like take his money, this kind of thing. Yeah. So I think like these standards should come from a more mature place to think about the future and not just yourself and for like the other person. So
I agree.
Ask your for a very generic question what do you think is the number one factor that girls will look out for in a guy to decide whether or not he's the right one, or I mean that he likes or not?
Wow.
What number one factor?
Number one
Like
factor.
in general,
In
for all
general,
girls.
yeah.
For girls.
personality.
I think it varies.
Yeah.
Let's start with Leia.
Oh, I think personality lah, because some people like a lot of things you can look past, but because especially if you're looking for a long-term partner, the most important thing is whether you guys are on the same wavelength, you guys can communicate at the same level. So I think personality is most important compared to smaller factors like looks and family background.
For me, I think like it's the chemistry.
Okay.
Like chemistry, how you vibe with that person. Surely looks do play a part also because
Okay.
I'm gonna be so real for here. Like if you see like okay, for me I go by looks attract, but the personality and chemistry makes me like determine whether the person should stay. Because like if you see like the guy like approach you, but then you don't find him handsome at all, how are you gonna like
that's true, that's
interested in
why.
talking to him more?
Yeah.
So I think it's like a mix between the two.
Yeah, I agree with what she said. Like, I feel like the initial physical appearance is what like attracts like anyone, either like a guy or a girl. So like
Let's put for like girl looking for a guy lah.
going for a guy,
Yeah.
I think appearances will like matter.
just, like,
how
first
they
impression,
present
present
themselves.
themselves.
yeah.
The
Okay.
But
charisma.
then like once you start talking to them, like maybe this guy can have like a really bad personality and like just so unpleasant to be around. Then like from there, then
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what like
yeah.
pushes you away. But I think for girls, like that initial like physical attraction is quite important.
Yeah, correct.
So now we're going to do like a rapid fire round.
Okay.
So I'm going to like ask you guys if something is a red flag or a green flag. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one is he's 26 and he's still studying. Red flag or green flag?
Beige flag?
Orange flag.
Orange.
In between.
Yeah, I think in between, but
Yeah.
26.
26 still
Honestly,
studying.
you can work and study at the same time. Yeah, so and I think if this person is like still in school, like uni or further studying, I think it also kind of shows that they're ambitious and they're serious about what they're doing and they're not just playing around, like, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the level of the
Right.
institution. Some can be masters,
Yeah.
like MBA, whatever. But
Yeah.
I think it's not a green flag or a red flag.
Yeah,
It's
I
an in
think-
between, depends on the situation.
Yeah, it
type of
really
thing.
depends also.
Yeah, correct.
What about you guys?
I would say it's a green flag. Like, it will, okay, of course, yeah, if you're like 18 or like 19, and then, because I have friends in my class that is 26. And we are studying the same thing at the same time. So, I think it's as long as, not everything is about studies. Like if you have side income and like talents and you can still be, going back to the point being stable, then I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't really think that, just because you are like 26, I don't want.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah, to me, I think it sounds more green than red. I think as long as this guy is driven,
Yeah.
I think
Passionate about things.
then I think it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is pretty good. But it depends also.
Yeah,
it depends.
Okay, next one. She posts thirst traps, but she says she's not looking for anything. Red flag or green flag?
Wait, she posts those traits but not looking for anything.
Yeah.
Say she's not looking for a boyfriend.
Yeah,
even
like
though she posts.
Yeah,
a
she's
lot
not
of
looking for
herself.
a relationship, I guess.
I think it's green flag because maybe she wants to post just for herself.
Yeah, just for
Yeah,
herself.
Like me, I also just post like fake checks
I
and my
feel like a lot of us
selfies
do
just
that
for
as
myself,
well.
not for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this girl just has a lot of like self-love.
Yeah, like she's
Yeah, like
confident.
confident of how they look.
Doesn't
and,
need any guy to like,
Yeah,
her. Yeah.
it's true.
What's one thing that you wish people understood about dating in uni? Or just like school in general?
Sort of like a guy, right? They just met, right? Then they be like, oh, sorry, I cannot go for
cannot
your
go
dance
already."
show. Sorry, I cannot hang out with you last minute. But then when the guy no more, right? I'm so sorry. This guy got to me. This guy did so many bad things to me. Then they run back to like the friend that has been there through their like their like toughest times and
Oh my
everything.
God.
So it's also like, to have a good balance between your own passion, your friends, and your like love life. Have a good balance. Don't need to rush into it. And I think most important is to like, I think getting to know the person more first before rushing into things.
Yeah.
Never ever rush to date a person because there's so many red flags that you will know like later on. So like know the person first before rushing into relationships.
It's very important to have clarity in yourself first and what you want and the kind of person you are before looking for someone that suits you. Yeah.
I think maybe for advice to year ones, maybe don't just mark. Don't just study, right? Study is important, of course, results are important, but I think it's putting yourselves out there a bit more and meet more people. I think that's very important. And I think a lot of people also, they like to extrapolate a lot. They think that this person, once I meet this person will eventually be my future husband or future wife.
So naive.
Yeah, I think it's a journey of mutual understanding and learning from one another. So take it a step at a time, and I think in that process you also be clearer what you are looking out for, whether this person is suitable for you or not, and if not, then maybe somebody else might be better.
It's kind of good to maybe like have someone that you're talking to, to like, de-stress or like take your mind off things sometimes. But I feel it's very easy to get carried away and, lose sight of what's honestly, I hate to say, but like truly important, because at the end of the day, you're in JC to take the A-levels and, go to uni and hopefully like study the course that you want. So, and like what's worse if you waste all this time and energy over this like person and you aren't even like gonna end up together, and then you kind of like flunk your A's and then it's all not worth it. Like not even just drama, like it's just your future, because JC is such a critical point in time.
I think the right person should compliment you, right, and make you a better person.
Yeah, it shouldn't pull you down.
Correct. So if you're in a state of going for your A-levels or whatever phase, right, and knowing what is important at that point in time, if there's a other party out there, it should align with you with what the priority is supposed to be,
Right.
And not be a distraction to you.
Yeah.
I think that's how it should. If that happens, then I think maybe a bit of drama may make sense. But otherwise, I think I think for example, big exams like A-levels, I think it still matters a lot.
Yeah.
You can like go on study dates together. And
Be like a pillar of support.
Okay, thanks again, everybody. That wraps up today's episode. Like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.